So, did you grow up playing Zelda at all?
I have not played this. I actually saw footage for the first time in Triforce Heroes earlier on today. So
Triforce Heroes, it comes out this fall, right?
Correct. It comes out this holiday.
And they're all called Links, but are there old Links or young Links?
I'm not even gonna get into this, dude. Okay, Zelda. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it from Zelda because there's there's horrible history.
Yep.
You guys can look that up. But I will say about Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I don't know if you guys ever played, Four Swords.
I did.
That kind of stuff. So it's a little bit like Four Swords, but it's really about cooperation. You share the same health bar, so you don't want to just go and pick somebody up, throw someone off. Like it's not that.
But you'd be surprised.
I'm so tempted.
A lot of people, and I was doing the same thing, and then people had to keep warning me, you all share health.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Like you're actually actively hurting yourself. But sometimes you get joy in that, right?
There is a bit of joy. There is a bit of joy there. I'm not gonna lie, but I will say that it's also you gotta do it at the right time.
Yep.
So
now the big hook of this game is that there's multiple Links, and they have different costumes they can wear that give them sort of different attributes, right?
Correct. So in this particular game, there's a couple interesting features. One of them is there's different costumes you can kind of apply, like different kinds of clothing, and what that does is it changes things. So as you can see, if you can see the green Link right there in the middle, he's actually wearing the Cozy Parka. The Cozy Parka is new, we just announced that, and if you equip the Parka, if you're like in a snow level like this, it's called Snowball Ravine, and if you don't have to actually get hurt by any of these ice breath that's going around, you don't get hurt by those. If you're standing like on ice, you don't slip around. If you are, what else? Actually, that's the best thing about it, is you don't slip on ice. There's actually parts later on in the level that you'll be everyone else is going to slip around. If you're wearing the Cozy Parka, you won't. If you equip something else like the Kokiri outfit, you can. If there's an arrow in the level, instead of shooting one arrow, you'll shoot like 3 arrows.
Yep.
So
whoever's playing right now, very timid. They are
They're
terrified to get out there.
They don't want to go through that snowball.
Go. Whoever's invited.
So this is 3-player co-op over local, or you can do it over the internet as well?
Yes, good question. So I prefer doing it local because I love seeing the reaction of people's faces and saying, hey, we should totally do this and that.
Yep.
You can also play online as well. So if you take a look at the like these little kind of emoticons on the bottom, you'll see like if you tap it, you can say like over here, or like item, or like throw or something, or like, hey, we got a totem. You can communicate with whomever it is, and you can still like say, hey, get over here, we should totally do this together, and call them over just by using that.
It's really fun to spam those buttons too. But
yeah, in the footage I was watching earlier today, I think my favorite thing was the pom-pom. When you keep hitting it, it alternates.
It goes back and forth and like alternates pom-poms. Yeah, they definitely do.
I also like the fact that you can tap on any of the Links pictured down there and see them in relation to where they are in the level.
Absolutely.
Right now you have everybody kind of working together, but eventually there are stages where things start to branch off in different paths, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's really cool too. So in case there are different objectives and they're all spread out, just tap and hold the name on the bottom screen, and you can see that the camera will move to where they are and see what they're doing. So you can time things even though you aren't on the same screen.
That was what he just did right there, by the way.
It was an accident. So you got to chalk it all up to accidents. But so what they're doing right now is, so after you pick your clothing, there's actually items in the level that are dedicated for that particular level. In this level, there is, oh no, that's okay. They'll be back. Ah, no. It's all right. They'll be fine. Someone else is cheering like, yay, you totally ate it. In this particular level, you'll notice that there's an item on the right, that's the boomerang. So one person can have there's one boomerang, and then there's 2 fire gloves. So you'll see those pretty soon, just like that one right there he's about to pick up. This particular, if you have the fire gloves, when you pick up that, you just press the Y button and you can toss fireballs. And that fireball sounds really familiar, like someone else that throws fireballs in the Nintendo universe. You can, if you think about components of fire and ice and snow, the people that have the fireballs can throw fire at those large snowballs running, and the snowballs will shrink and they'll melt. You can also throw them at icicles, and the icicles will melt and maybe give you an item or 2. What else? Oh, the boomerang. So if you have the boomerang is used in this particular instance, so whoever has the boomerang should get thrown over, and then they should turn around, use the boomerang to pick up the last person and bring them across.
So we've seen boomerangs since Zelda on the NES. They've never been powerful enough to pick up a human body or an elf body, whatever you guys are calling it.
A link?
A link body.
A link body.
A Herulian. Hey, they made it to the end. Excellent. They're in the second segment. This is awesome. They're making good progress. So yes, it hasn't been powerful, but it is now. So not just rupees and hearts, and you can do that too, or you can even throw the boomerang through like a torch, and it'll set on fire, and it'll be like a fire boomerang, like traveling out, and it'll come back. So there's that. But
you're not able to jump. You have to be thrown somewhere else.
Correct.
Okay.
It's all about teamwork, man. All about that teamwork. And look how cautious they're being. Like, you go over there and deal with the enemy. We'll just stay here.
So most of this game is basically traversing all these different levels that are kind of like independent from a larger overworld, right? It's a little different than sort of like other Zelda games where you have this big overworld and you go into the dungeons and stuff like that. But we really haven't seen any of that overworld stuff, right?
I'll just say that every one of the levels is self-contained, and they all have their individual puzzles that are unique for that particular level.
Okay.
And there's quite a variety of them, but I'll leave it at that.
So you're not going to tell me about the overworld then?
No, I can't.
Video
I don't know what you're talking about.
Today.
I'm just.
So do you jump from dungeon to dungeon in this, or there may be some?
He's not giving us that information.
Okay.
It's such a nice day outside, guys. I
think it's raining. What are you talking? You're not even. You're lying about that too.
No, that's
Did
Seattle
you come
sunshine,
here via
man.
the outside or like a tunnel or something?
That's Seattle sunshine. I'm from California, but that is Seattle sunshine. Yeah,
all right.
Rain shouldn't stop you from anything. So in this case, what's really interesting is this is actually kind of a challenging puzzle. We are a little bit later on. Yes, and for good reason, because it's part of the challenge. So that particular part of the level, they were supposed to work all together. Like, you needed it to be perfect among all three players. One person grabs and picks up the bomb. The bomb is timed. Other person picks up that person that has the bomb. The third person picks up the two people that have the bomb. The person on the bottom has to walk over to a certain point. Person on the top's got to throw the bomb to blow up a block so they can move on to the next part.
I feel like the people playing this over online multiplayer are going to get so frustrated with each other at that part.
Well, what's really funny is the frustration is going to end real soon when they all fail. So they're like, wait a minute, okay. They'll eventually wise up and be like, it's okay, we'll take our time. We're going to get through this and just be positive about it.
And I'll say, as somebody who's played a good amount of this game, the frustration is not exclusive to online. You actually get very frustrated with your friends in real life, too, for completely different reasons.
And you can hold them accountable because they're next to you.
You can actually yell at them for it. And that's one of the things I really noticed was a lot of the stages, if not, is it all of them, to end with kind of a sort of a micro-sized boss fight. Or sometimes even bigger boss fights.
Yeah, there's always some boss fight at the end. Now, hopefully we can see it here today, but I'll talk a little bit about it here, just in case. But there is a boss at the end, and he's kind of like this giant ice guy, obviously, because we're in Snowball Ravine. And he has a very interesting pattern where, depending on your weapon, you can hurt him in different ways. So it depends whether you have like the fire glove or the boomerang. So his patterns are fun. I'll say that much.
So are you at any point able to combine all three links into one massive
one
link combination link thing?
You know what? Does the guy in the trench coat count when there's like a bunch of kids stacked up in it?
Oh, like the 3 kids trying to get a bank loan?
Exactly.
Pretending to be an adult.
And that's the same thing. That's why you have the totem. So
it's
they're picking the people up. They all have to work together. The person on the bottom's got to do something. Sometimes the person in the middle has to throw the person on the top to get to somewhere, to grab something, or to damage a boss, or to do something else. So you need the cooperation of whatever level you're on, and know that there's like 3 layers that you could kind of operate in. So if you can't hit that fireball or that pillar is too high, you're just like, all right, who needs to step on what switch? And yes, we need to work together. Even if you're not like all together, you still got to work together in some way.
I remember I played a stage at Comic-Con where you're fighting this sort of like snake worm thing, and it's got this tail.
Oh yeah.
And the tail keeps getting higher and higher, and you have to stack the links on each other and carry. So it's like sort of like I pick you up and I'm running around with you, and you're hitting the guy with the sword, and then it's not working anymore. So we got to pick you up on top of all 3, and you're hitting him with the sword.
That's right.
And I'm at the bottom like, this is impossible. Save me.
It's okay.
It's really fun.
If you're at the bottom, then you can control where everyone faces.
Yeah.
So you're just as much a part as the person on the top.
So here's the problem. That's when I accidentally pick you guys up and throw you into a pit, and the whole thing falls apart. The entire plan's over, and then everyone's mad at me.
You know what? I have faith, because practice makes perfect. It's not easy. Nothing's ever easy but it's not your first time playing a Zelda game, so you're fine. You just gotta get it'll sink in. It'll sink in real quickly.
I'd love to see some cooperative speedruns at this. I think that would be
I would love to see the
watch.
speedrun community go at this and just start people chucking like with just no regard, just like gunning through it. I am down. That is an open thing. I want to see this.
That's going to take a lot of coordination.
Yeah, it will. But what you're going to see is amazing skill because at the timing that everything operates in the level, kind of like a Mario game where it's like tuned. If you just run, there's a certain rhythm you can get through the level. I bet there's something here where everyone just knows exactly where to go and everyone plans like microscopic what they're doing. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to watch.
So how many costumes are in this game?
Can't say all of them because they haven't revealed all of them yet. Brian, what are you doing, man?
How many stages are in this game?
I know
Brick
wall. Doing it.
Yeah.
I will say that there's a few. I know we revealed like the Kokiri one. There's like Barren Necessities, which just kind of plain has like a little apron and stuff like that. There's also, there's the dress.
Yeah.
Like Zelda's dress or like legendary dress. That one's like you can get more rupees and stuff. Or is it more hearts? Can't remember which one it was. And then there's the Cozy Parka and the Kokiri one where you can do that. There's also a bomb one that's blue, so I think something about your bombs, they become more powerful or they don't take as much magic, something like that. So they do different buffs, but that's all for now.
That's all for now. What about the release date for Legend of Zelda for Wii U?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? What?
One of these days I'm going to catch you off guard. One of these days.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's too good. I know, he's too good. He's really good at what he does.
Oh, great.
Here
We're
we got
the boss.
Wow, that is terrifying.
Yeah, so he's got a couple different things. So they're going to have to aim those fireballs really. So when he stops, you want to throw kind of the fireballs. And he has this little ice breath that goes around, so you have to be really careful. What's interesting is the person in the Cozy Parka, they're the only ones that can kind of step a little bit into that blue space, and they can ignore the breath. If that breath comes at them, they can just ignore it. They don't have to run. They won't even get hurt.
Now, this boss looks like a pretty stationary dude. Like, he doesn't look like he's going to get up out of his hole and ruin the earth or anything. Like, why are they... They're kind of just going into his house and ruining his life right now.
Well, I don't
play
know.
devil's advocate here.
Maybe he's just there. Maybe he's the one that caused this place that wasn't actually snow to be snow in the first... he could have something bad, but I know that he doesn't really wish that good for our three links right now. So
they are helping him lose weight right now. Nice. He's shedding a few pounds and body parts.
About half
just
of
a
him
few.
is gone.
Yeah, so either you can hit it. I think there's only one arm segment left that's got to go. So that's almost done. And then we might see something else. He might have a second form. Might. So almost there.
They're not looking too good on the magic meter on the left over there. So it slowly refills over time, right?
Yeah, it slowly refills over time. So there's even like little bottles you can find as well. So even in some of the icicles down there, or if you go to the beginning, they may have picked it up already, but you can pick up a magic bottle, just fill your meter real quick.
Okay, he's a little bit more mobile now.
Wow,
and he's kind of angry.
Okay, now I understand that he's totally a threat to the Earth. When he was just sitting there in his little hole thing,
doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, like he's not. What's he gonna do that's so bad?
Well, I mean, to be honest, if you don't dodge a lot of that stuff, remember all three of you guys share life. So if he goes around and just starts like ice breathing like two people.
Ice breathing.
I don't know.
I like that.
It's just a breath. He just goes and he spins. I mean, if that makes contact with two people, that's two hearts in one shot. So he can wreck face if if you're not careful or if they get too close.
And how many hearts do you lose when you have a character fall off the map?
I believe it's one heart.
Oh, it's always one.
It's always one heart. So, but they got it just in time. Nice.
They did it.
Round of applause for the guys in the back that's playing because they did a great job.
Yay. Thumbs up. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, thumbs up and they're collecting all stuff.
That's my favorite thing.
Man, so when can people play this game?
This holiday.
That's it?
There's probably more details. I think we did
it
this holiday. I just know that it's coming out this holiday. You guys are focused on actually playing the game. I don't know what's up.
Or January or
soon.
Soon is relative. That can mean anything. That could be a year, a month.
No,
holiday is good though.
Definitely this year holiday. So it's coming in a few months.
This year holiday.
This holiday right here.
So
before the end of the year, this game will be
December.
Yeah, that's good. We're chipping away.
Right here. Yes, it'll be this year before the end of the year.
Thank you so much. Like I am so legitimately excited for this game. I think it was like to sort of this. We found out about this Zelda game coming out, and then within a matter of months, we found out when it's coming out. That's kind of rare for Nintendo, right? To sort of be like, here's a Zelda game, and you're going to be able to play it by this holiday.
Technically, we actually did. I'll be honest with you. I think we did do actually a press release, and we did specify it. I can't remember, dude. I just remember stuff about the game. I remember all these little details, like release date. I'll play when it comes out, because I'm technically already playing it on my desk. So,
well, Jordan, JC, thank you guys so much for coming on and talking about Nintendo with me. This is probably my favorite part of the day is just hanging out with cool people and talking about Nintendo games.
Good way to start.
Yeah, thanks a lot so much for coming on. We're going to be here all day long for PAX Prime 2015 IGN Live with YouTube Gaming. Coming up next, we got Shovel Knight. Thank you guys once again so much. Support these people. Play their games, watch their YouTube videos, and just generally be awesome. That's the only way to make the world better. I'm Brian Altano, and stick with us all day long right here on IGN.